Good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this particular wrap-up is for Monday, the 21st of August, 2023. As I look at the marketplace, we go through this each year, and I swear you've got to be careful and understand what you've got. You're in the dog days of summer. You're not in the middle of summer. You're coming to the end. The kids in Illinois, the kids are back in school. The families that don't have the kids, they're taking their vacations. I have friends that are all leaving. One left yesterday for Montana, another for Italy tomorrow. They're all doing their last-minute vacations, whichever ways they're going to go. You don't want to fight that. In Europe, which traditionally takes off the month of August, they're still out. So if you're trading the currencies, you don't have the A-League traders in Europe on that. They generally take off the month and then they come back. It's just a traditional way they do it. And I know you'll say, COVID changed all that. Sure it did. Not all of it. Vacation time, people want their vacation time. Europe doesn't want a vacation? Get serious. That's a cultural thing. Bonds and notes, what are we dealing with here? Oh, come on. You are dealing with a never-ending curve yield that keeps going, all parts of it, just rising up together. Why? You got the Fed rolling off its balance sheet aggressively. They're not buying anything that's expiring. Number two, you've got the U.S. Treasury in the market with every type of area, be it a tip, be it a 5-year, a 20-year, whatever it is. They're floating money all over the place, and in order to get it sold, they got to get higher rates. You got the Fed not there. You've got the investors standing back. Well, there's a lot more coming. You want my money? I want a better yield. So the yields go up at this time because of that. This was all telegraphed. Secretary Yellen had told us she needs $1 trillion this quarter. Where's she going to get it from? Higher yields is how you're going to attract money. You're getting it. And that weighs on the stock market. Now, in the gold market, what are you fighting? You're fighting ever-ending higher yields. Now the talk is they're here longer than you think. Why would you buy a non-performing asset that the Fed is attacking? Not gold itself, but the inflation-based reasons to own gold behind it. In terms of security, hey, we're in a de facto war with China and Russia anyways. Now I'm reading about the Strait of Hormuz and Iran launching on Saturday. I don't know if you're aware of this, and gold didn't even respond to it. Iran hit the U.S. ship, the warship Bataan, hit them in terms of blaring speakers, speedboats, massive amount of drones that apparently caused all the helicopters off this warship to return and land. They don't tell us too much more, but in Iran, I'm reading this in the U.S. Sun. I have not seen the video. I want to make that clear. Apparently in Iran, this video is running because it's national pride. Look what they're doing to the United States. Well, here's what's going to happen. Skirmishes, big ones, could happen at any time. Us, Russia, all this, China testing Taiwan, you never know what's going to happen. Gold's not responding. Normally, gold responds. It's not. Inflation's too big of a story right now. And look at how it's just marching itself lower, falling apart, basically. Now, you had a bearish crossover the other day here, and the market just laying down because of the pressure of that. Maybe it gets back to the 1900 level. I'm not convinced it has to. At any point, you can get short covering for the sake of short covering if the red line in the slow stochastic gets and closes over 21. I'm going to repeat that. If the red line closes over 21. Now, again, I'm going to be talking my slow stochastic course at the end of this video. You can move your cursor to the top here. It'll take you on the website right in to learn about slow stochastics and Bollinger Bands together. The course is called the Enhanced Bollinger Band Course. Both are equally taught in that, and I think it's super important. Now, the gold-silver ratio. I, today, was wrong in the silver. Once I saw this crossing under, I was telling my clients, you can't be long anymore. The good news was that as the market was starting to come down, when I had a buy signal for the silver, and I certainly did, it was in the mini contract, that smallest one, and I said buy half your position. It was still a loss, but mitigated beautifully because I controlled the risk. And what you did is you came back up to the neutral zone here, the 18-day average, when you lost the embedded reading. Now, let's just get to it and see when the market did this. Here is Friday's close. And the market didn't lose the reading. It was still a 15 reading. Where it loses it was today, Monday. Now the reading is lost with a 30 reading. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't have to go higher, but you can't be short anymore. Now I'm locked out of the market. In the copper market, you're losing the embedded reading here too. So as I view the market, the way I teach the charting course, let's see if I can get, that's not going to do it for whatever reason. This chart's not going to let me do that. By the way, I'll come back there for just a minute here. They're all going to do that. I don't know why. You lost the embedded reading, or you're losing it right now? Nah, time to walk away. It didn't respond to China doing nothing, so to speak, over the weekend. China made a modification on, I think it was a 5-year mortgage type interest rate that's affected by mortgage rates, from what I read. I read the article quickly. I didn't care once I saw they did nothing. Over the weekend, they told banks, lend more money. To who? If I'm the Chinese consumer, I don't want their money. I want to sit back. There's no business. The export business with the United States and Europe, way down at this point. Our housing market's in shambles. That's the only right word to say it. Shadow banking, they had to put gates up around one of the major banks because of it. Am I ready to go out and borrow and put myself in debt to expand? I don't think so. In the platinum market, a short covering rally that we saw coming about days ago, and it culminated by going up to the 18-day average and stalled itself out. And last in the dollar. Now, this was one of these days today I was telling clients to buy the dollar. And then midday, I turned around and I wrote up, I said, take your 15 points. I don't want to trade for 15 points when I put out a recommendation. But this market got itself into a problem, and I could see it. You could easily be back down here for no reason, in my opinion, other than it's summertime, end of the August, and you got to be careful with that. So please, use caution here. Pay attention to what the other currencies are going to do. Learn how to use the enhanced Bollinger Bands as I teach in the course. Here you go. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time. And on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all 3 of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein, on the road to your education.